Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm really glad you found us. And today, we're diving into a topic that I think is incredibly relevant in our fast-paced world: how to calm down quickly when you're upset. Buddhism. We all have those moments when life gets overwhelming, whether it's stress from work or school, issues in our relationships, financial worries, or health concerns. The feeling of being upset can really take a toll on us. It's something we all experience, but not everyone knows how to handle it effectively. That's why I wanted to talk about this today. In our hectic lives, finding quick and effective ways to calm down is essential for maintaining our mental and emotional well-being. Buddhism offers some timeless wisdom and practical techniques that can help us manage our emotions more effectively. And don't worry, this isn't about converting you to Buddhism or anything like that. Instead, we'll be exploring some of the principles and practices that can be incredibly helpful, no matter what your background or beliefs are. In this video, we'll start by understanding what it means to be upset and the common triggers that set us off. Then, we'll delve into some Buddhist principles like mindfulness and the Four Noble Truths, which offer a framework for understanding and alleviating suffering. After that, I'll share some practical techniques from Buddhism that you can use to calm down quickly, such as mindful breathing and different types of meditation. We'll also look at some real-life examples and personal stories where these techniques have made a difference. Finally, I'll give you some tips on how to incorporate these practices into your daily life so you can build a toolkit for managing stress and emotions more effectively. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have some valuable tools to help you navigate those tough moments when you're feeling upset. Thanks for being here with me today. Let's get started. All right, let's start by understanding what it really means to be upset. When we say we're upset, we're usually referring to a state of emotional turmoil. This can manifest in various ways: feeling angry, sad, anxious, or even a mix of these emotions. Psychologically, being upset often means that we're experiencing a disconnect between our expectations and reality. It's that gap where disappointment, frustration, and stress live. Physically, being upset can show up in many forms. You might notice your heart racing, your muscles tensing up, or even feeling a knot in your stomach. Mentally, it can lead to racing thoughts, difficulty concentrating, and an overwhelming sense of unease. It's like your mind and body are both on high alert, making it hard to find any sense of peace. Now, what are the common triggers that cause us to become upset? Well, there are quite a few, and they often differ from person to person. One major trigger is stress at work or school. Deadlines, exams, and demanding bosses or teachers can create a lot of pressure. Then, there are relationship issues. Conflicts with family, friends, or significant others can be incredibly upsetting. Another big one is financial problems. Worrying about money, whether it's paying bills, managing debt, or just making ends meet, can cause a lot of anxiety. And let's not forget about health concerns. Whether it's dealing with a chronic illness or worrying about a loved one's health, these issues can weigh heavily on us. Understanding these triggers is the first step in managing them. When we know what sets us off, we can start to develop strategies to cope more effectively. And that's where Buddhist principles come into play. By applying concepts like mindfulness and the Four Noble Truths, we can begin to recognize these triggers for what they are and find healthier ways to respond. In the next sections, we'll explore these Buddhist principles in more detail and look at some practical techniques you can use to calm down quickly when you're feeling upset. So stay with me. There's a lot more to uncover. Let's dive into some Buddhist principles that can help us calm down when we're feeling upset. These principles have been practiced for centuries and offer a profound way to manage our emotions and find inner peace. First, let's talk about mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, aware of where we are and what we're doing, without being overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. In Buddhism, mindfulness is a key component of the path to enlightenment. It allows us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, helping us to understand them better and manage them more effectively. When we're upset, our minds often race with negative thoughts and emotions. Mindfulness helps us take a step back and observe these feelings without getting caught up in them. By being present, we can recognize the early signs of stress or anger and take steps to calm ourselves before things escalate. Next, let's explore the Four Noble Truths, which are fundamental teachings in Buddhism. These truths provide a framework for understanding and alleviating suffering. The truth of suffering, dukkha. Life involves suffering, whether it's physical pain, emotional distress, or existential angst. The cause of suffering, samudaya. Suffering arises from our attachments and desires. When we cling to things or have unrealistic expectations, we set ourselves up for disappointment. The end of suffering, nirodha. It's possible to end suffering by letting go of our attachments and desires. The path leading to the end of suffering, magga. There is a path to liberation from suffering, known as the Noble Eightfold Path, which includes right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Understanding these truths can be incredibly liberating. When we accept that suffering is a part of life and recognize its causes, we can begin to let go of what's causing our distress. This doesn't mean ignoring our problems, but rather approaching them with a sense of clarity and calm. By integrating mindfulness and the Four Noble Truths into our lives, we can develop a more balanced perspective and find effective ways to calm down when we're upset. In the next section, we'll look at some practical techniques from Buddhism that you can start using today. Stay tuned. Now that we've covered some foundational Buddhist principles, let's get into some practical techniques you can use to calm down quickly when you're upset. These methods are simple yet powerful, and they can make a big difference in how you manage your emotions. First up is mindful breathing. This technique is all about using your breath as an anchor to bring you back to the present moment. When you're feeling upset, take a moment to focus on your breath. Inhale deeply through your nose, letting your abdomen expand, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. You can count your breaths if that helps. Try counting to 4 as you inhale, and to 6 as you exhale. This simple act of focusing on your breath can help you ground yourself and reduce feelings of anxiety or anger. Next, let's talk about meditation practices. There are several types of meditation in Buddhism, but two of the most accessible are sitting meditation and walking meditation. For sitting meditation, find a quiet place where you can sit comfortably, either on a chair or on the floor with a cushion. Close your eyes and focus on your breath or a simple mantra. Allow thoughts to come and go without judgment. Walking meditation is another great option, especially if you're someone who finds it hard to sit still. As you walk slowly and mindfully, pay attention to each step and the sensations in your body. This practice can be especially calming and can help you connect with the present moment more deeply. Another powerful technique is loving kindness meditation, also known as metta. This practice involves generating feelings of compassion and love towards yourself and others. Start by sitting comfortably and taking a few deep breaths. Then silently repeat phrases like, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be safe." Gradually extend these wishes to others, first to loved ones, then to neutral people, and finally even to those with whom you have conflicts. This practice helps cultivate a sense of empathy and emotional balance. By incorporating these techniques into your routine, you can build a toolkit for managing stress and emotions more effectively. In the next section, we'll look at some real-life examples and personal stories where these techniques have made a difference. Stick around. Let's explore how these Buddhist techniques can be applied in real life through some examples and personal stories. These practices are not just theoretical. They have helped countless people navigate their emotional landscapes more effectively. Take the story of Sarah, a busy professional who was constantly stressed out by her demanding job. Deadlines and high expectations from her boss made her feel overwhelmed and anxious. After learning about mindful breathing, she started incorporating it into her daily routine. Whenever she felt the pressure building up, she would take a few minutes to focus on her breath. This simple practice helped her regain her composure and approach her tasks with a clearer mind. Then there's Mark, who struggled with relationship issues. He often found himself getting upset during arguments with his partner. Mark decided to try sitting meditation as a way to calm his mind. By dedicating just 10 minutes each morning to this practice, he noticed a significant change in his emotional responses. He became more patient and less reactive, which improved his relationship dynamics considerably. Another inspiring example is Emily, who was dealing with financial problems that caused her a lot of stress. She felt like she was constantly drowning in worry about money. Emily discovered loving-kindness meditation, metta, and decided to give it a try. By regularly practicing metta, she cultivated a sense of compassion towards herself and others, which helped alleviate some of her financial anxiety. She found that this practice not only calmed her mind, but also improved her overall outlook on life. Now, you might be wondering how to incorporate these practices into your own daily life. Here are some practical tips. Morning rituals. Start your day with a few minutes of mindful breathing or meditation to set a calm tone for the day. Short breaks during work. Take brief pauses throughout your workday to practice mindful breathing or walking meditation. Evening wind-down routines. Use loving-kindness meditation as part of your evening routine to release any accumulated stress and promote restful sleep. By integrating these practices into your daily life, you can create a more balanced and peaceful existence. Remember, it's about finding what works best for you and making it a consistent part of your routine. In the next section, we'll wrap up everything we've discussed and provide some final thoughts. Stay with me. All right, let's wrap up what we've covered today. We started by understanding what it means to be upset and identifying common triggers like stress at work, relationship issues, financial problems, and health concerns. Recognizing these triggers is the first step in managing them effectively. We then delved into some Buddhist principles that can help us calm down quickly when we're feeling upset. We explored mindfulness, which helps us stay present and observe our emotions without judgment. We also looked at the Four Noble Truths, which provide a framework for understanding and alleviating suffering. Next, we discussed practical techniques from Buddhism that you can start using today. Mindful breathing can help anchor you in the present moment, while meditation practices like sitting meditation and walking meditation can offer deeper relaxation and clarity. The practice of loving-kindness meditation, metta, can help cultivate compassion and emotional balance. We also explored real-life applications through stories of people like Sarah, Mark, and Emily, who have successfully used these techniques to manage their stress and emotions. Finally, I shared some practical tips on how to incorporate these practices into your daily routine, whether it's through morning rituals, short breaks during work, or evening wind-down routines. I hope you found this video helpful and that you're inspired to try out some of these techniques for yourself. Remember, the goal is to build a toolkit for managing your emotions more effectively, so you can navigate life's challenges with greater ease and clarity. If you do try any of these practices, I'd love to hear about your experiences. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and remember to be kind to yourself. See you next time.